when problems happen in a relationship, how do you decide? How big is this problem? How do I respond to this problem? A lot of people ask me about this dilemma that they're having. Sometimes people respond very, very quickly. They react, and others need some time to process things and figure out how they want to respond, and they end up just not saying anything. So what I'd like to present to you today is a way to think about problems in a relationship that will help you sort out how big is this problem and how should I structure my response according to the size of the problem. Okay. First of all, I want you to put this through your filter of what is best for you. As with any of my videos, if something doesn't fit, don't use it. So I want you to imagine 3 baskets. Basket 1, basket 2, and basket 3. In basket 1, we're going to put small problems. In basket 2, medium-sized problems. And in basket 3, big problems. When you think about what you put in which basket, it's not always a good idea to use how big is my emotional response in that situation, because sometimes we have big emotional responses to very small things, and sometimes we have small emotional responses to very serious things. So I want you to imagine that maybe a friend is coming to you with this problem. It's sometimes easier to either think of it as something that a friend is bringing to you, or to write down what actually happened. What actually happened that I'm reacting to? All right, so what do we put in basket 1? In basket 1, we put things like a look on someone's face, a funny noise when they brush their teeth, a crumbs on the counter, a messy kitchen, a cup on the coffee table, socks on the floor. There's a theme there. Things that are just objectively not big. Also in basket 1, we put things that are not our business, like what our partner eats, what they wear, what they do in their job, in their relationships. That's a boundary issue. It's like just not for us to say what our partner should do with those personal things. So in basket 1, we have small things and we have stuff that's not about us. And with basket 1 issues, we generally should zip it. We should not say anything about basket 1 things. Now that is hard for some of you. Some of you might be thinking, ooh, I probably make a lot of comments about basket 1 things. If we're directing our partner a lot, telling them what to do about little things, that puts a big strain on a relationship. Now, if you are having a big reaction to something that really is a basket 1 issue, then one of several things might be happening. It could be that there's a bigger issue that is not being addressed, and because you're not addressing the big issue, you're reacting more in an area that you feel more safe to react in, with little things where the stakes seem smaller. Sometimes the little issues are so repetitive and happen for so long that we become easily irritated by them. And many times when we overreact to a small issue, it's because our stuff is being triggered. It's about us and our sensitivity. There's another video you can watch about what is your kryptonite that will help you understand what your own triggers are. So small issue, big emotional response usually means that you are being triggered. And that's a cue to look at yourself. Okay, so let's skip over to basket 3. In basket 3, big problems. So this is sort of your short list of things that you need in a relationship in order to be in the relationship. Respect, honesty, fidelity, in order to have trust, right? So if you're not getting one of those things, something that you absolutely have to have, if you're not feeling safe or like you can trust your partner, an appropriate response is to do the opposite of what you did in basket 1. And what I want you to visualize is a line in the sand or a line on the ground, and your partner is on the other side of that line, and you're just going to point out to them, that's not okay. That behavior is not okay. I've got a line there, you're on the other side of that line. I need you to get back on this side of the line. So basket 3 is the only basket where we're actually instructing our partner what to do. If you feel like you're continually struggling to get those things that you need to have, then it's probably appropriate to talk to somebody else about your relationship. whether it's a trusted friend or family member or a therapist. Okay, so now let's go to basket 2. Basket 2 is all the stuff that's big enough to talk about, but not big enough we're gonna tell our partner what to do. Basket 2 is when person A has a habit or something they repeatedly do, and it is affecting person B in a negative way. In any relationship, there are going to be basket 2 items. The way that we rub each other the wrong way, the way that my habits are experienced by you and your habits are experienced by me, the ways that we are insensitive to each other. I encourage you to think about basket 2 as not complaining about your partner, because that might make you want to avoid those issues, but as a way of informing each other about who you are, as a way of showing up and saying, when that happens, this is the reaction that I have. Some people don't ever address basket 2 items, and they might feel proud about that. You're probably just kidding yourself. Every relationship has these conflicts, and it's absolutely necessary to address them if the relationship is going to grow in intimacy and trust. So you've decided something's in basket 2. How do you decide how to approach that? Another one of my videos is called How to Have the Shortest Argument Ever, where I go into this in more detail about how to have these crucial kinds of conversations with your partner. In general, I encourage you to think of it as giving your partner information about your response, about your emotions, rather than accusing them of something or complaining at them. Many times we start these conversations by saying, you always, or you never, or you make me feel. Really, no one can make you feel anything. Your emotions are your own, and although they often make sense, it's a good idea to take responsibility for your emotions. When we need butter, and you keep telling me you're going to pick up butter on the way home, but you forget over and over again, I feel like what I say to you isn't very important. When you bring up that subject, and we're with our friends, I feel embarrassed. When you choose the movie we're going to watch without considering me, I feel sad. You get the gist of it. When this happens, this is how I feel. Now, there's no guarantee that your partner's gonna hear what you say. Offensiveness could come in, all kinds of stuff could happen. So we talked about overreacting to basket 1 items, and some people underreact to basket 3 items. If you are being disrespected in a significant way in your relationship, and you are not saying anything to your partner, you're not addressing it, you're gonna notice that in your body. You're going to notice that with your own emotions. You are carrying a load that is not just yours to carry. These are often things we talk about in the therapy room. I can't say this to my partner, so what do? We can talk about that. And that's actually, hey there. Problems. When problems happen, is this a small, medium, or large problem? As a way of saying, organizing tool, once you're going blah, 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 blah.